Sometimes you may want to bring access control units back to a central location. So you may not have the space to mount them above the door or close to the door. So I have seen a number of images and installs that people post where they have the access control units which come back to central location, maybe a server room, maybe a media room, etc. However, there can sometimes be where you haven't got enough space. So let's say, for example, in this scenario, I've mounted up 3 Paxton units. And if I'm mounting up more than this, I also need multiple fuse spurs that will give power to each one of the units, and I need quite a bit of wall space. However, there is also another option that you can utilize rather than having them all separate. And that's utilizing an Elmdene Access PSU. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to take the board out of these units and I'm going to mount up the Elmdene PSU onto the wall and then show you how it works. So here's the unit. We've got a full metal lockable enclosure. Now, if I open that up, you can see I've mounted in 3 of the Paxton. You can actually mount 4 small units, or you can actually mount 2 large units into here. We've got a 4 amp PSU with 4-way outputs. So that allows us to add up to 4 devices. We've also got battery monitoring built in. So if I was to have mounted in the battery using the attached cable, it's got a battery monitor built in as well. Now here's where it gets a bit interesting. You can actually see at the back, we've got a mesh backplate, and that's universal. So we can add on different types of access control units. So as you can see at the moment, I've mounted on Paxton Net 2s. And they've thought about it, so they've got different either nylon threads or different screws depending on what kind of unit you're going to install. So they've got a couple of different types of nylon standoffs. So you've got the 3mm and 3 to 4mm, so let's say using US type ones, Brevo, Cantech, etc. Or using different style ones, let's say Paxton. So I've utilized these ones for the Paxton. And then if you're utilizing the boards that require the self-tapping screws, I've actually got 4 different sizes. So you've got a 10mm, 16, 20 and 25mm screws. It's a bit hard for me to show you them there, but you've got all the different kinds of fittings that you'd require to mount the units up onto the backplate. What we only require here is 1 mains supply feeding up to the power supply unit here. We've got the 4 individual outputs which will go to the unit. We can mount different types of access control units in here, and it's in a lockable metal case. You may have a requirement where you need less or you need more boards, or you may need to add different types of boards. They've got a full range of power supplies where you can actually, on one of the units, you can add up to 24 ACUs in a box, a bit bigger than that. That's the Elmdene, the one that I'm showing here is the Elmdene Access PSU 2. There are multiple units in the range, and I will add a link into this post when I do post it. But if you do want any more information, feel free to get in touch with Elmdene regarding this.